So a few weeks back, we were contacted by a company about our shop lights. We were just getting ready to purchase our lights because we'd finished the painting and we're getting to the point where we're ready to purchase them and get them here and get them installed. The high bay lights that I had planned on installing are LED. They're 2 feet long. They're 18,000 lumen and 171 watts each light. And they're designed to hang from the ceiling by about a foot or so. And those are really about the only ones that I could find. I had hoped that I could get a light that could mount right against the ceiling and be tight up against the ceiling and maintain its maximum clearance in here. So as we were gearing up to buy those lights locally from our supplier, we got contacted by Hyperlite, and they reached out to us and to offer their lighting for our shop to see if it was something we'd be interested in. And so I talked with them and I showed them what lights we were planning on purchasing, and then they showed me their version, and their version's actually brighter. It's 20,800 lumens per light instead of 18,000 lumens. And theirs actually only draws 160 watts per light instead of 171 per light that I was going to purchase. So I did some digging on their lights and was pretty impressed with some of the information that I was reading. The specs were just better all the way around, and it seemed like just a better light. Now, the benefit with these lights is with an optional bracket, they're built to mount directly to the ceiling. So they said they'd send them out to us so we could check them out and put them in. So the lights showed up. We're gonna unpack them, check them out, kind of look them over a little bit, and then we're gonna get to started installing them. We've been working in the dark all this time, so we're really excited to have some lights to actually brighten it up and work in the night just fine. So let's get them unboxed. Let's see, they come in a 2-pack. Oh, look at that. That's the chains for hanging them. This should be the bracket for the surface mount. Yeah. So these are an optional bracket. They're heavy duty. Holy cow.
Oh, they're white. No match to the shop.
So that's the, geez, those are really heavy duty. Really rugged. That's the mounting bracket to mount flush to the ceiling.
So you can see, I can't even, you wouldn't be able to bend them or anything.
That's like 11-gauge steel. That's these screws go in the side. I'll show you this thing.
Okay.
That is the light.
Oh, and is this the vent
That's nice.
that they talked about?
Yeah, so this is the vent on the front to help allow the air to move through. And on the back is the heat sink, and that's all the fins. So it comes off.
Leveler.
This is pretty slick. Show that up close. So we've got a built-in bubble level, so when you're going to hang it with the chains, it's automatically there so that you can get the light leveled, which is really nice. The aluminum heat bank on the back is really nice. That heat sink, there's a lot of heat that can come off of those. And then the integrated vent in the front. Looks like it's got some knockouts in a few spots already for doing other things. The screws go right in on the sides here, and that's what those brackets hook. So you can put the screws and start them in on the sides, and then set them up and lock them into the bracket, and then tighten them down. It's a nice light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to put that up. We have all together, we have 6 lights in here in this shop. And this shop is 27 wide and 42 long. And the ceiling height is 15 foot 5 inches to the floor. It's right on spec for these lights. It should be perfect for all of those things. I think it's going to be like an operating room in here, that bright. With the white walls and the white floor. So it's good. We've got the lights wired up in zones. So we have 2 back here, 2 by the door, and 2 over by the stairs. So before I get up onto the scaffold and have to do it all up there, I'm just going to kind of look this over and prepare what I need to prepare. Just got a access cover on the back with some knockouts, and they've got push pin connectors already installed here for the ground and AC. So we're gonna punch out a knockout, and then I checked the bracket and the bolt holes actually still line up with the hole spacing on the boxes that I put in, so I should just be able to screw right to those boxes, bolt this up. These Hyperlights are pretty slick. I'm really quite impressed with them so far, just checking them out. Everything's really heavy duty. It's not thin, flimsy metal. Even the housing back here is really heavy duty metal. And they have several options of lights. When we first spoke with the company, they had a couple of different lights that they were showing us. And this is right out of their product book. And we were talking at some of these, hook and hang lights, but we wanted the flat series, this flat panel type, to keep the ceiling clearance maximized. But they've got all kinds of different options there, different types. Shows that they've got a up to 5-year warranty on the product. It looks like it's a 1-year free replacement and up to 5 years prorated after that. That bracket on there, this whole light's not going to stick down any more than about 4.5 inches. And I wanted a really low profile light because of the proximity of my garage door. I needed to make sure that it would stay really tight to the ceiling and the garage door could open and clear and not have to worry about it impacting. And the door to the ceiling, I have a little over 10 inches of clearance. So this will actually work perfectly. It'll be in there with still 5-6 inches of clearance from the door, so it's definitely not going to run into it. It's going to fit perfect. I'm pretty impressed with these things so far. I'm anxious to get them installed and check them out.
I was really quite impressed that Hyperlite was willing to send out these Will Series LED flat panel lights and let the product just speak for itself. Their price point was the same as those from our local box store, and their shipping was just a couple of days. They also provided a discount link for any of our viewers interested in their products, and you can find that link in the video description.
Now the hole spacings on these brackets actually line up with my 4-inch boxes that I put in, just my 2-inch by 4-inch box. So they line up just fine, but because there's these other 2 holes there, and they actually line up perfectly with the bottom cord of the truss that box is nailed to, I'm gonna go ahead and run 2 lag screws into there just to secure it a little extra firm. The light is pretty heavy duty, but it weighs 8.8 pounds. So I would think these 2 screws in the box is probably plenty to hold that much weight because it's just not that heavy. But it's here, the holes are there, they're already pre-drilled and they're already in the bracket. It's just one more added measure of security for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them in that way, just for good measure because I can. And now's an easy time to do it. Okay. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, I'm gonna flip the switch and you go ahead and check these. Ready?
Oh,
Holy
wow.
cow. Wow. Holy cow, that was
That's-
bright.
That's brighter than you opening the garage door.
That is so bright in here. And it's the middle of the day. It's literally like 1:30 in the afternoon. That is so bright.
Turn on the fan. Let's see that too. I love that. That looks nice. Make up your mind there, fan.
It's a DC fan, that's how they start.
Oh.
Holy cow.
Oh, I can feel the breeze.
Holy cow, I love those lights, man. That is really nice.
That really made it so bright in here. Look, you can the way the lights are on, you can't even tell that they look like they're mounted right to the ceiling. You can't even tell that they drop a little bit.
They're so bright.
And they look nice. They look really, really nice.
They look great. I'm really, really pleased with those things.
How long each bulb, like, what's the warranty on those? Or do you know what?
We've got a 5-year warranty.
Uh-huh.
More than 50,000 hours of runtime.
50,000?
And to compare that, a full-time job, 40 hours a week, is 2,000 hours a year, 2,080. So
Okay, so you're good for a minute.
25 plus years of 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day being home. 25 plus years.
And you saw that it cleared the...
Yeah, I cleared great. And that fan, fan's great.
Yeah, it is great.
Holy cow, I love those lights.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is so bright.
Time to move the panels.
Trying to get it moved in.
Yeah.
This is nice.
This is way, way good. Way worth it.
And I'm glad that we wired them in sections. So if I'm just working, like you're just working on the Ranger, that's the only lights you need on. You don't need these others.
Yeah, so you're not burning up power.
Really, really happy with those lights. Really happy.
They just look sharp.
They're sharp looking, clean, nice, tight finish, so right up against, only 4.5 inches down from the ceiling. I can get my dump truck in here and have the bed up at a safety height to have the safety mechanism in the bed and have the dump bed up and not run into the lights and have plenty of clearance, so I still maintain a full 15 feet of clearance in here. On a 15/6 wall to ceiling height, I've got a full 15 foot of clearance. Man, I couldn't be more excited. Better than Christmas. In July. So we've been organizing the shop and kind of putting things together in here. I got hooks installed for the scaffold. The scaffold's going to be kind of a permanent maintenance tool inside this shop. It's something we're going to need to set up and do and use easier than having a ladder. And since we bought them, I put some hooks on the wall so we can get those organized. We're starting to get some of the spaces organized, and the whiteboard was another key factor there. So we got a whiteboard and we brought it up here to start writing our list, and really fast we ran out of room. So we decided, it was about half this size. So we decided, okay, let's bring that one to the house for other things. So we scrubbed that one, bought a twice as big whiteboard and mounted it here. And you can see we quickly
Filled it up, yeah.
We took 2 things off and put 3 things on.
So good.
Okay, we're come up for the evening. We're gonna do a little bit of cleaning prep for the flooring in that battery room and try out our lights at nighttime.
Oh, that's so bright. Oh, that's really bright.
That hit me like a truck.
Yeah, it did. Like, I need to adjust my eyes.
Yeah. That's some bright lights.
Yeah, you can work late. Like, that's a little comfortable. There you go. That's a little better. Set the mood.
Yeah, so I can come in and work late on the tractor, and that's plenty of light. Holy cow. I'm so glad we got it with 3 switches.
Yeah, me too.
That's perfect.